two-step verification. Is it you? Yep, that's me. Sign in faster.
Order submitted.
Oh shit.
Order filled.
I got it in one tick wrong. Oops.
Target filled.
I don't want this double bottom on me. It's been some ugly stuff here, so triple bottom run. Take a little tiny scalp there. Well, we'll see what happens here. See if it makes it a little bit real cool if it did. I could just take 3 points and be done. 4 points, right? Huh. Getting a little sketchy.
Stop filled.
What's it turn your fucking tail at your tank now? I don't care. It's bottom tier 3 times. All those letters and things are like all those. That's a lot, especially on a 1 minute chart. There, that's a little better. See, like right in here. That's a lot. And then if you look at a 5 minute chart, I got a 5 minute chart on my other screen. There's a lot of see. That's a lot of. You've got this pivot here. You got all these logos. And it kind of almost perfectly coincides with that. So I think it could possibly bottom here. So we've got some decent trades already to do. I missed this one. So he had this big push down. Then he had this big red signal bar. This one didn't actually trigger until right here. But when it did, it went straight down. But it's a really big, that's like a 5 points in one tick stop. So you'd have to make 11 points right out of the gate to make that work. But it would have worked. And then you've got, this one's kind of a doji. I took it. So this one here is another one. I took this one also, but it was like a scout. You've almost got to fill these with limit orders because I don't know. I don't want to fill them. I got out early. Trading micros, by the way. 3 micros. Which makes it about $15 a point. So whatever this is times 3 is what you would have made. I think we have to wait and see if we kind of chill out for a while. Yeah, I think we gotta kind of chill out for a while here and just see what happens. Because I don't want to trade short, especially not when it's triple bottom here. But I don't want to go long when it's been downtrending. Because this could just be like a triangle pattern also. So like this. That's what we're gonna do. A bigger flag. Or we could be transitioning into like a trading range as well. Be a small trading range. Like this. Sort of kind of. More like that. Hard to say. Because we're turning up, then it opened, shot straight down, and now we're kind of just chilling. Like our last 1 to 20 minutes worth of 5-minute candles are basically non-directional for the most part. So I think we just have to chill. I'll be right back. I'm actually already up about $70. Better lock the door and turn the lights down low. Put some music on and soft and slow. I can't believe how much it time just to be your man. There's no worry, don't you worry. We can take our time. Come a little closer. Let's go over what I had in mind. See, it looks like it's gonna turn along now. Maybe lock the door and turn the lights down low. Got a billion chords and you can never find the one that I want. You don't have one of these in your house here, bitch. Where the fuck is this chord, man? Oh, whatever, dude. This is unbelievable. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah, yeah. Man, this thing's just gonna chill. But wait, there's more. Oh, that's not what I did. Oh, there's no worry. I don't know. If I were gonna lean so much way, I would have to lean short, but it is something. No, I don't know what the hell I've done with this thing. Is it in? Huh? We're alone now. You don't know how long I wanted to. Lock the door and turn the lights down low. Oi. Oi, brother. What are you on about there, brother? Hmm. See, this is looking more and more like a looking more and more like a triangle. Ugh. Stuff like this, you just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Like so, you could just keep taking these little tiny scalps. So like here, like a 1-for-1. Boom. You probably make a 1-for-1 there. You can take this one, go 1-for-1 there. Take this one. But I don't trust it. Like in hindsight, they all work for sure. Like in hindsight, they definitely work. But It's like 2020. It's gonna break down. It might break down. I wouldn't take any longs right now. See, it's gonna bottom here again. Try tuning in. So, I've had this account. Yeah, there it goes. I've had this account now for pretty much the whole month I've been at work. I can actually take a payout on it now, but I'm not going to. So I've just been fiddling around, trading like tiny micros thus far. But this is kind of like, oh shit, where'd it go? Thus far, I mean, it's not a terrible month, honestly, but like last month. So like I'm at work, right, and I can take maybe one or two trades a day, and I'm just kind of messing around with it on these days, just with like micros. So like two trades I made, blah 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 blah, and then towards the end of the month I started pushing a little harder, and started pulling out like these $100 days and whatnot here. Kind of overtraded a bit yesterday, day before yesterday, because I really wanted to hit this 100, but then there's that. We got 136 yesterday in three trades. But like most of this day here, 25 trades, that's kind of insane. Most of them though were like between 2 and 10. Definitely gonna take this one. Like this boom. But then now that it's broke down. But we are really, really close to like this overnight open also. I really don't want to, like here's the low. This is this gold line's the overnight open. Really don't want to trade short into that because a lot of that time, that's like a really, really strong like level. So like on the 5 minute chart here, like yes, that one day we went right up into it and then shot straight down, boom. And then like the other day, breakout below it, pop back into it, and then boom, straight down. And then you've got this hole here where it's like a really strong level there, and then finally, boom. And then you've got, see here, support, 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 support. And then there, straight down into it, and then shoots up like 15 points. And then here, there's the open, stays above the open all day. And then the one time it tests it. And then here, it's like bears, 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 hit the open, blam. Resistance. And then here we hit it again, and then boom, plummet. So like, I don't really like trading against that. If I were going to trade anything there, I think it'd be looking for a reversal. But like, yeah, this one here is probably pretty valid. But like, maybe something like this. But see, you'd have to get below. You have to break that overnight open for that to work. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's okay though. Yeah, you have to break the overnight opener for that trade to work. And it may work, but not on my watch. It's okay. See, it's still acting like it's trying to bottom here. It's like no significant movement. It's doing one now. Oh. Hmm. Whatever. That's fine. I don't care. Oh. So most of this is just boring, honestly. Most of this is just boring. actually did break well. Here. I really still don't want to trade into this. See what happens. We can do them. We're waiting on this to do something to get some regular stocks. This next 5-minute tunnel closes in 2.5 minutes. Let's see. Fingers have been taking forever to load. Or what are we looking for here? This. Oh, Tomcat's got shit on. Funny. I had this level here marked to a short, and I actually took a short here. And then this happened, like a little false breakout. I could have could short that spot right here, I think. I had this level marked to long. 30. 24/7. $24.80, $25.40. $0.60 stop. Let's see. $625. Let's see. Hmm. What's that look like? 2540 to 3170? 31.7 minus 25.40. $6.30 a share times 0.5. It's $157 in profit for 25 shares. Not too shabby. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, see, I told you, look, it's reversing off the overnight open. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, back to this now. Just checking, finding a little swing trade there real quick for this other small account I'm trying to grow up. I'm gonna get some coffee. See what. Man, I kind of want to short here, but I don't know. I still don't think I would really. And I should have. That's okay. Yep, should have shorted. Oh well. 61. What's that? 61.50. 61. 264.25. Yeah, thought I should have shorted there. That's okay. Right. Here. Still don't trust it until it breaks below. Don't trust it till it breaks below. I think this one, it's a little sketchy. Especially being as hell. We definitely just double bottomed here. And then you've got the lows here also. If I were going to reverse, this is where I would. Yeah, see, look. Look. Don't trust it. I don't trust the trades off of them against the overnight open, especially not with the daily lows being here as well. It's sketchy. And then, like, if you look at a 5-minute chart, it's like 100% a double bottom, like a perfect double bottom here. See, you definitely you can't long into this. But you can't short into these levels either, I don't think. I mean, you can, but I think it's a low probability setup. Really, yeah, I really think it's a low probability setup to try and short into the overnight open. So, what's going on, Raphael? My guy. I don't know what I just pushed, but I pushed something. Oh. I know it's boring, but most of this is just literally sitting here waiting. So far, though, like the only, like the most, like a really decent trade would have been this one. I took this one, and I took this one. I missed that one. I thought about taking it. I put an order in, and then this candle, like I put an order in one tick below this, and then this candle popped up, and then this candle made a new high, and then I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, and then this candle showed up, and I was like, yeah, thinking about it and thinking about it. So I put an order in, and then it popped up a little bit, and I canceled my order, and then it triggered, shot straight down. I'm like, ah, fuck. So that's basically what happened. Like I missed this one, right? Like the best trade so far today. Like I said, like this is what I'm looking at here. Like I see this, and then I see this huge green candle. I'm like, I don't know, and then it pops down, and then we made this candle, and I put an order in one tick below this candle, and then this candle closed, and I'm like, ah, and then this candle made a new high, and I canceled that order, and then we get a doji there, and then this candle pops in. I'm like, I don't know, it might work, so I put my order back in, and then it ticks up, and I'm like, ah, screw that, and then I cancel the order again, and then bam. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah, see, look, I think this double bottom's gonna play out. This 5 minute candle closes in 45 seconds and it's looking really, really buff. I'd like to make about another 50 or something dollars. Yeah, would be good. 60, something like that. I don't. I might try this.
Order
I might
submitted.
try this. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna. Fuck. I don't know how I feel about this. Here in a second, it won't really matter, I guess, how I feel about this. Why did that not fill? It doesn't make any sense why they didn't just fill. Why the hell didn't that just fill?
Order filled.
Yes. Let me scalp the. might scalp part of this. Because I'm still kind of skeptical. Fuck.
Target filled.
I want this to break. And if it doesn't, I want to just get out. Get a little more. Like skeleton. Let's drill a 20. See what happens. Triple bottoms. Fucking nice.
Stop filled.
I think that's good. That's good. I like it. I'll take that. I trail my stuff so tight there because it's already bottomed here twice. And then like you just break straight down, test the low, and then pop back up again. But it's fine. I got 5 points on the third contract though. And that puts us up to 120 on the day with 3 trades. See? It's 120. We've gotten 796.95 in profits on this funded account. See, we could technically take the withdrawal now, but if we take that withdrawal, as soon as you take a withdrawal, like right now, your trailing drawdown, like you start with 50,000. Right now, your trailing drawdown is 2,500 on your end of day trail. So like if I stop today, I've got 50,696, right? If I don't take the withdrawal, my drawdown is 48,196 until I lose the account, right? But if I do take a drawdown, the drawdown automatically goes to 50,100, right? So I've got 50,696 and 95 cents. The minimum withdrawal is $250, right? So let's just say I take the minimum is $250. That leaves me with $346 before I just lose the account completely and it's gone. Wow. So I fucking botched that one. Look. Anyway, if you do that, then you've got, oops, $350 and the account's gone. On the other hand, if I just skip this payout altogether, right? 50,696. Right, if I skip this payout altogether and let's say I make another $1,000, right? Puts us at 51,696. And then let's see, then I take out, let's see, 750 bucks, right? Boom. And I've still got a little, like almost 1,000, like $800 or, something like that worth of drawdown left, which is a little more manageable and reasonable. So I'm still kind of trading micros right now because I want to stack some, I don't want to put the account at like undue risk. Plus, this particular broker, if you hit 30 days with $100 profits, right, you get moved into the live account, which basically says, which you can basically do whatever the hell you want to in. That was a good trade. Look at that shit. That was excellent. It's perfect, exactly what we're looking for. So like short here. Boom. Really good trade. It's like almost exactly what we're looking for. I was a little skeptical about it because double bottomed here, but regardless. Are there people in here chatting? Chatters. I can explain this strategy to you like super easily if you want. It's so simple. And it works. Let's just scroll back to yesterday. I'll just show you. So yesterday I made around $36. Which is fine. So there's 830. There's 830. So what we're looking for, this is nothing. Okay. So this is a 200 EMA, this is a 50 EMA, this is a 21, this is a 9-day EMA. What we're looking for is for the 200, the 50, the 21, and the 9 to all line up. Like the two for longs, you want the 200 below the 50, and the 50 below the 21, and the 21 below the 9. So you want them all lined up in order, right? And then you just play the bounces off of them. So like right in here, you can argue, like you could trade different stuff in here. Like you can argue this, but this doesn't quite touch it. And this, all this here just straight trades right through it. But in here, you pop up and break a new high again. So like you break this pivot here. Right there. And it's a shitty line, but you see what I'm saying? It breaks this high, and then it pulls back. It makes a good signal bar off of these EMAs that are all lined up, and then makes one tick higher. So this one tick higher, right here is the entry. Stop goes below by one tick, so that this is the 3-point candle, right? So your stop goes at one tick below that, and then you just take profits 2 times the risk. Boom, so that trade wins here. And then of course if you have a runner, you trail the runner below the lows, or not below like the pivot lows, right? So like this candle pops down and then it makes it essentially a new signal to get long. Stop goes here. This candle pops down, makes a new signal to go long. Stop goes here, and then this candle pops down, makes a new signal to go long. Stop goes here, and then you end up getting stopped out there. But then again here you get this, which is a new entry again. This one consolidates for a while, but this is want to take higher right there. Stop goes there. This one takes a long time to play out. There. Here's another entry. Makes a new high here. Retest. This candle's huge, so I would wait. I wouldn't fill this one tick higher. I would try and get a limit order down here. I would try and get a limit order down here at the close of this candle with a stop there. And then there's another entry here, makes a new high, pulls back, get along here. And then this one you would lose probably. New high, one tick higher, 1125. So you lose there, but you lose like 2 points in a tick. But then after that, you can see it's consolidating, and then your averages cross back down, and blah 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 blah. You don't want to trade in any of this because nothing's lined up. And then again, you make a new high, break out, boom, you get another signal here. So again, though, that's a really big signal bar. I would put a limit order here. You would fill in this candle right here. Get out 2 minutes later with 4 points. Here, this candle forms an inside bar. So now if you really want to get long here, you get this inside bar right here. Like this is the signal bar still, this pintail candle. But then you get the inside bar. If you really wanted to get along here, you put your entry one tick above the inside bar there. Just fills right there, and then your stop goes below the inside bar, which would end up stopping you out, but still your risk is lower, then you would stop out right here. But essentially though, you could get out on this one around break even when these averages cross back down. And then make a new pivot here again. Signal bar here. One tick above. Right there's entry. Exit. New high. Signal bar. Entry. One tick above. Exit here. Then you get this right here, like you've essentially got a new high. I wouldn't consider this one because this move is different than all of these, right? Like this is a really aggressive move down. And then you get, I can see why you would take that if you did, but then things start to cross back down, Of course, the market's about to close anyway here. You could take this trade short, but it's lower probability because everything's not lined up. Like you see this breaks like all of these lows here. This breaks this pivot. This move down here breaks all of this, and it pulls back to the 921, which are crossed up, and then makes this right here. You can take this short simply because the stop is really small. This here, you don't really trade this. This is 1000% a range. And if you were going to trade it, you would trade it like a range. That's pretty much it. Simple, effective, trend following strategy. Very clear entry and exit rules. You trade this on a 5-minute chart also. You could trade this on an hourly chart. You could trade this on a daily chart. Let's take a look. Any stock. I literally use this on stocks and options. All of it. See daily chart. Breaks the pivot high, pulls back. Good signal bar right here. Good signal bar right here. Once you go above the high, boom. Here, breaks the highs, pulls back, really good signal bar. By the close of the signal bar, same thing, breaks the highs, pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. Get a series of pretty bullish signal bars, but none of them trigger a new high until right here. New high gets triggered right there. This one is a good trade, but it would lose. See here, bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200, blah, 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 blah. On the short side, it's the exact same thing. Everything's lined up. We're below the 200 here. New lows, pull back, signal bar. Got this huge range here. Right in this area. Everything lines up right here. Breaks out. Breaks these highs. Pulls back. Good signal bar. Another thing, new highs. Pulls back. Good signal bar. New lows. Pulls back. Really big signal bar. I wouldn't take this one because the signal bar's so big, but if you could get in somewhere like the 50% mark of that or something with a limit, like you see this huge 5-minute candle, if you just put a limit order like 50% back of that and then stops there. Another obvious range. Everything's all jumbled up. Range, 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 range. But it doesn't really form this range until, see, same thing here. Breaks down, makes new lows, new lows, new lows, pulls back. This bar wouldn't fuck with it. This bar, this little range, but this bar right here breaks below this little range that I'm in. Right in here. I would take this. There. One tick below this bar that closes below and breaks this little triangle type range. Same thing here, new highs, pulls back, good signal bar. Inside bar. This next candle triggers the inside bar. Exits here. New highs, pulls back to the overnight open. Doji bar, really big bar. Same thing, 50% pullback of that bar. That one wouldn't fill because this candle's the last pullback before it moves off. Same thing here, breaks all these pivot highs. Blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't take this either because of this resistance here. See, look at this. This is a huge breakout, right? This is, I mean, a huge breakout. It's huge. It pulls back. This looks like a good bar, but it doesn't trigger. And then, boom, boom. This one does trigger, but it's below the 9. And then you get this second leg down, and then another huge bar. Range, 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 range. This is a good signal. Breaks this pivot low, pulls back. 3-bar reversal pattern. Whole day's already been bearish. So like you can see, pretty bearish bias. And it breaks low and pulls back here. You've got a good distance between your entry and the next resistance, which is your lows. Anyway, that's the basic gist of it. I mean, there's some other. This works on an hourly chart also, see, like 60 minutes. Just look, new lows, pulls back. Reversal pattern right here. Like, same thing, new lows, pulls back, reversal pattern here. Super simple. Works on a daily chart as well, with standard stocks, options, whatever the hell you want to trade. It's all it is basically a pullback trend strategy. So like if the market's ranging, you have to do something different. But like if the market's trending, which I mean you can it's the same thing basically as like drawing trend lines essentially, but the trend lines are more dynamic with moving averages than they are with. So like if I were using a 2002 price action chart, I would do I'm looking at MES and it is 950. So this is a tick chart. Let's just go to 1,000 ticks rather. So this is 1,000 tick chart of the MES, right? If I were trading tick chart as opposed to this, I'm just drawing standard trend lines. Let's see here. This is a range. When you're ranging, you trade the extremes, but generally you want to go in the direction of the trend. So like I would take almost the exact same entries. So like I took this one. You could take this one. You could take this one. I wouldn't take these because generally after a pause, the market continues in the direction it went. So it breaks down from the range, pops back up, retests the range, you get a big red signal bar, you can take that. Scalp there. Then you start ranging here off of the overnight open. So like new range, and then you transition into a new downtrend. So you get this. Copy that. And it's kind of right, yeah. You could take this trade. 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 All short. And then you break out, which could transition into a new range, or it could straight up reverse, which is generally not what happens. Generally, what happens is when you break a trend line, you either transition into a ranging market or you attempt to make a double bottom before you reverse. So here also, a steeper trend rather. There's a little channel there. See, it breaks, makes a new extreme, transitions into this range. Right, so this trend line breaks, comes down here, makes new lows, and then it comes up and moves into a range. And then starts a new channel. So same thing here. Ranging here. Then you've got, after it breaks this range, you've got this transition into like this little short uptrend here. Like that. It breaks. It attempts to make a new high. And then transitions into like this little double top right trend down here. Same thing here. Got this really steep channel. Like that. It breaks. It attempts to make a new high. It transitions into this range. And it continues. And then here, same thing. You've got this channel. This channel transitions into this like steeper, like exhaustion kind of move down here. But same thing, look. Here's this channel. It breaks. It attempts to make a new low. It transitions into like this little mini range. Right, so it breaks, attempts to make a new low, then channels. And right here, same thing. Got this big wide channel that goes on for a long time. And then it breaks. It attempts to make a new high. Transitions into, I don't know, this is almost even kind of like a range, honestly. Like you could argue that. Like this is sort of a downward sloping range even. Like a little triangle. Like it's a consolidation pattern regardless. you know, that's basically how price action works pretty much all the time. 5 minute, I mean, I like tick charts when I'm looking at it like that because the price action is generally more clear on a tick chart than it is on a time-based chart. Time-based charts are fun, but like if you look at this same block of price action on, say, a 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart, so like this is from 8:30 to now, right? From like market open to now, like this is pretty clean. Like you can tell exactly what's going on here. But if I swap this over to say like a 1 minute chart from 8:30 to now, it's still not bad, but I think it looks a little cleaner on a tick chart, especially cleaner than a 5 minute chart from 8:30 to now. I think you see more of like the little nuances in price action on a tick chart. So for like 8:30 to now, you can clearly tell this market is super bearish on a 5 minute chart. Do I accept suggestions? What kind of suggestions, sir? But anyway, back to this. This is the simplest way I've found to make consistent money. I'm pretty much done trading today. Like, this would have been a good trade. See, again, new low, pulls back, really good signal bar. I would put a limit order probably somewhere around in here. That way you can target the lows here. Because this is significantly different. Because you get the new lows, but this pullback is really steep, right? Like, that's a steep ass pullback. And generally, like a steep pullback, a lot of the times, if it's going to double bottom, that's a pretty strong reversal pattern. So like you get this really steep pullback. If it's going to reverse, it'll either double bottom or it'll trade down, make a higher low, and then reverse. So if you were going to take this short, you would need to do it in a way that kept your risk as small as possible. And a limit order, like at the actual close of this candle, would keep that risk small as opposed to going one tick low. Because if you went one tick below, your risk would be 6 points, which would mean you need to take 12 points for that trade to be worth it. If you used a limit order, however, your risk would be 3 points-ish. And your target would be before. See, and boom, then you just make some money right there. You can even use a limit order at the close of this bar. So, right. Like, that's still a worthwhile trade, except you kept your risk exponentially smaller by using a limit order because of these very large candles. And it could be the difference in taking a winning trade and a losing trade. So like simply just looking at just this block of action right here, like you can see you're trending down. Like you don't want a long here. at least until after a double bottom or some kind of higher low setup, like possibly this could form into a higher low setup. So, but then this is essentially right here. These two candles are a good short signal. Like you got this, it pops up straight to the 50-day average. It's pretty close to the overnight open, so it can be considered a retest this overnight open level. And then you get this huge bearish candle that takes out almost all of this, but it's huge. So likely places to put your limit order would be at the close of this bar, or one tick below the close of that bar rather would fill, or at the open of this bar. So like that would keep your risk small. See, look, this may have been bottom here. So like essentially if you're looking at those, what do you call them, ICT, smart money people, it's just like a 1 minute fair value gap right here. It's, yeah, I don't believe in a super secret algorithm that controls the markets, by the way. I think it's hogwash. It is price action, essentially. It's just a bunch of repackaged BS. That's all it is. A bunch of repackaged BS. I'm pretty much done trading for the day, so any last minute talking anybody wants to do? Been here, what, an hour and a half? Something like that. Yeah, I've been here an hour and a half. I only took, how many trades did I take? 3, I think. I don't know, let's just look. No. I took a long here off of this reversal. Took a quick scalp there. So I took that one. Then I shorted this. I mean, this kind of goes against the entire strategy I've been teaching here, but that's like a opening range fade almost, kind of like I faded the open a little bit when it looks like it's about to exhaust, and then you get this inside bar. So I took that with a tight stop, and then I took this, and we took here. My trailer struck pretty close below. I made $120.40 in the funded account. And that's pretty much my whole day. Essentially, I could have gotten a lot more out of this trade, but I wasn't convinced we were going to break the open, so I trailed my stop pretty tight. I could have essentially gotten a lot more here. Not necessarily, I might have got out here. I see, look, it's a higher low. This could be a reversal. Anyway, I will be back, what's today, Wednesday? Today's Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow. It's been super fun chilling with you dudes.